Hello Leo, welcome back to Illest Illuminator. We are going to check in with your no contact situation and see what is going on, their current feelings towards you, and what you can expect. Okay, also we'll check in with your energy and see how you are standing in this. Let's see, what are the messages for Leo, person on your mind? Ooh. Look at that, Five of Pentacles. It's the first time I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles coming through. That is feeling excluded, excluded by your love, feeling excluded but still very deeply emotionally tied to your energy. But they do feel left out, okay? They do feel left out. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. What else for Leo's person? And the Two of Swords. All right. So the Two of Swords is that, you know, continuous blockage that's still here, okay? They're still quite unsure. I do see that they're having a lot of major impactful events going on in their life, right? Like the Wheel of Fortune is indicating that things are changing internally, externally. There's a lot that's moving and that's going on. And I feel like this is an energy of like, okay, I don't really have time to get too emotional. You know, that's what I'm picking up on. You know, when you're just going through a lot of massive changes in your life, and even though you miss the other person, you feel like, okay, but I don't have any time to feel, you know, down or how do I say that? You know, when you actually initiate a no contact, it can go either way, right? Like the other person could actually not respond or have like a bad response, and that could have like a lot of emotional impact, right? And that this person is kind of like fearful about that emotional impact that it could have if they would actually open up the conversation or if they would actually open up the no contact situation. So that's why they feel like they need a little bit more time. Okay, so if you've been thinking or feeling like this person is pulling on your emotional strings, I would still not really suggest to take any type of initiative or action because they may feel like, okay, the timing is not right. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is saying that a lot of things are going on right now and the timing is just not right. I feel like they will actually initiate themselves first. The Page of Wands is at the bottom, really saying that they want to reach out with some sort of positive news or a very lighthearted conversation. However, it's like every time they may be getting in that emotional state, the wheel comes in and says like, okay, not time yet. It's not time yet. Where do you stand, Leo? Where do you stand in all of this? Where do you stand in all of this? Oh, the Ace of Wands. You're ready for that. You're ready for the boom boom. No, sorry. The Hermit is at the bottom of the deck as well. So it feels like you've already been through your internal chaos, your seclusion. You've made a lot of changes. You've gone through the hardships on your own. I feel like you're finally putting that behind you. Okay, you may be also aware of some of your own mistakes or some of your own illusions, and you're kind of like stripping those illusions away for yourself. Oh, you got the Queen of Cups in the same position as your person. So that means that both of you still have a deep emotional tie to one another. Okay, but both of you are also very receptive towards one another, meaning that both of you are kind of like waiting for the other one to actually take the initiative. Trying to be very much in tune with your intuition, trying to feel empathic towards the other person, but not really necessarily taking action. Eight of Swords. So you're still also stuck. You're thinking about this person, but you feel kind of like your hands are tied up. Right? Like you don't know how this is going to come around. You don't know how this no contact is going to be broken. You're thinking about it, but you're not necessarily taking any action, or you feel like your hands are tied up and you can't really take the action that you want, because the Ace of Wands does indicate that you want to have this new beginning. You still have a lot of deep feelings, deep emotions. Yeah, and then we have the Hermit. Again. You might be a cusp, Virgo cusp. And then we have the Eight of Swords. And then we have the High Priestess. So around this time, you're receiving a lot of intuitive downloads, a lot of messages or signs. You're seeing patterns. You're seeing this person's name, numbers, whatever it is that reminds you of that person. And I feel like your intuition is absolutely on point. Okay, like this might be definitely a confirmation that the messages that you're receiving are actually correct. Okay, but it may be that it's not quite the time yet, because the Hermit and the Eight of Swords is saying that you're still needing to kind of like let go of self-sabotaging energies that really hold you back mentally or really affect your self-esteem or your self-value. So before you actually initiate it yourself, you really need to be in a good headspace, meaning that if the conversation would not go as planned, that you're not getting stuck in your head about it, or that you're not going to feel like more down about it. Like it's all about like regaining the power, regaining your strength, and kind of like not really caring about what the outcome is going to be, right? And to come to that point, it's you know, that takes a lot of self-control, but also a lot of inner work and a lot of shadow work. And this shadow work on your side is really talking about releasing this self-sabotaging energy that really brings you back to point zero whenever something goes wrong, when this connection comes around again. So the High Priestess is absolutely saying that you're receiving a lot of intuitive messages, downloads, dream messages, signs, and all of that. Take it, but with the Hermit card, you know, write it down, see the patterns. Don't jump into, okay, this must be a sign, let me just like do this. No, just, you know, take it slow, take it easy, be like the Hermit. The Hermit is wise soul, it's an old soul. It doesn't really react spontaneously or, you know, thinks things through before they take an action. All right. Let's see. What's the overall energy for the both of you? What's the overall energy? Ooh, got the King of Wands. So it feels like both of you are trying to gain momentum, gaining control, really focus on your self-confidence. There are a lot of actions that you both want to take individually in your life as well. Very much like a leader. Even though you both are quite a leader on your own, I do feel like with these Queen of Cups energy, you're like on an emotional level, you're both very receptive. So you're not taking action. You're only taking action on things that you feel like you're in control of. And as we all know, emotions and love, we're not always in control of those emotions. So that's probably one of the main reasons that, you know, both of you are trying to be like, okay, this is not the timing yet. The Ten of Pentacles coming through as well. It looks like both of you have a vision of a firm foundation. Okay, like creating a firm foundation, starting a family, getting very committal. Okay, like maybe both of you have not always been in a very committal type of energy, but it does feel like both of you are starting to have a vision towards the future, wanting to build a family, wanting to have kids, wanting to, you know, get real committal. All right, so that's kind of like the vision that both of you are having around this time. Let's see what else. So this is good. Keep this vision. This could be also like saying like you may need to put more focus on manifesting this, especially if you want that, if you want to settle down, if that's like what you've been wanting to create for yourself, this might be definitely the time to align. Like both of you might be individually aligning yourself to wanting to have like a firm foundation, firm relationship, invest in like a family. Okay, so that's absolutely what I'm seeing here. Take the lead and do not hold yourself back. This came out in reverse on your person's end, right? So it might be that they want to take the lead, but they're still like hesitant, right? They're still a little bit hesitant, as it did came out a little bit in the reverse. But again, with the King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, it's like this is the vision that they're actually scared of, to take the lead, to commit, right? And this is what they've been working on. Okay, we got the uprising. We are all connected, also in the reverse. And we've got summer heat. Things are hotting up. Right, with the uprising, I feel like this person may still be undergoing like generational healing, right? And that's why this family commitment is very much in the vision for the next steps. I feel like maybe this person has like this, how do I say that? What's the right word? You know, when you look at your family dynamics or generational past, that you feel a little bit disconnected from your ancestors, from your generational traumas. I feel like this person has been going through that and has like a very hard time to connect with their uprising. And I do feel like this is a part of their soul's journey to first reconnect to that, to heal that generational trauma that they have. And with that, they will, you know, at the next step, take action properly. You see, things like this do need some priority, and I feel like this person is in need to prioritize this part of their life in order to heal and move forward. And these are the things that they're probably not doing because either you are triggering their wounds and they feel like they're not ready to heal that, or there are other elements at play right now that makes them disconnect from their ancestral language. And this is very needed for their own, you know, development, personal growth. And also with the summer heat, things are hotting up. So again, we have the leadership here, leadership coming through strongly, and then also prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. And I just said it, like you may need to put more focus on manifesting things, what it is that you want to manifest, write things down, really put like a planning towards it, because this is coming together. It is coming together, but it does need your active leadership energy of like really doing your best to manifest that. Okay. That's what I have for you, Leo. I am going to continue on the extended, so follow the link in the description box for individual purchases or become a member on the channel with the Illest tribe. Not the early access, only the Illest tribe will get the extended reading. So I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for your love, your support, and your care, and I'll catch you soon. Take care.